afternoon, everybody. How you doing all on this Saturday early afternoon? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are live for a brief stream. As of course, I try my best again to do most of the stuff live streaming, and then the rest of the, again, it's just still that balance again. Now that I have OBS, as I keep saying. Anyway, so it's been a while since I've done just a random topic video for WWE. So this was definitely had to figure out should I do this live or not, but no need to rant on. Anyway, so we are live to talk about a surprise release yesterday the WWE did. And yes, I already gave my thoughts about Vince McMahon banning people from getting involved in any third-party accounts and whatnot on my SmackDown stream. Check it out for my thoughts there as well. But I'm here to give you my thoughts on yesterday. It was announced that the WWE released Akam and Rezar, the authors of Pain. My name is Akam. I am Rezar. Together, we are the authors of Pain, the AOP. Which definitely came out of nowhere to me, and kind of a surprise as well. And as I continue to look online and try to research, what led to their release, I'm still not sure. And no one else, no sources online seem to be sure as well. And even it was confirmed by WWE.com for sure that they were released, which I wouldn't be doing this unless it was confirmed. But yeah, they were released. So all I can tell you is here's a report from WrestlingLink.com saying that it was announced today that the WWE has released Akam and Rezar from their contracts. WWE issued the following on their departures. WWE has come to terms on the release of Akam and Rezar, AOP. We wish them all the best in their future endeavors. So okay, at least it was on good terms, because there's been some, like Jack Gallagher recently, of course, because of his allegations, and of course, the broken bond with them and Big Cass, where they didn't wish them well in their future endeavors. Of course, with Dean Ambrose, the one was, we hope he comes back to WWE someday. Once again, because they had no idea how to control that one. Anyways, so, AOP have been off TV since March, when Rezar suffered a bicep injury. And they're in the middle of a big push, as they were part of Seth Rollins' group, as some of his disciples, that was the first duo he had paired with since Seth Rollins had turned heel back in late 2019. Of course, Paul Heyman was very high on these guys, which I don't blame him. They're big men. They were excellent in NXT. But then, of course, once Rezar was injured, just like whenever Akam was injured the year before, it was decided that they were not going to keep Akam on TV. They didn't keep the other on TV. Although, of course, whenever Akam was injured, I don't know how I remember this, but they did tease, because I think I did hear rumors that that Rezar was getting some matches on Main Event, and they did tease a mini feud with Rezar and Apollo Crews. Oh god, that would have been crappy as hell. Anyways, but yeah, the decision was to keep Akam off of TV until Rezar was ready to come back. It was reported, though, just last week, that Authors of Pain would not be working with Seth Rollins when they return. And there was also a rumor that they were going to be bringing back Paul Ellering as their manager, as he was their manager in NXT. And then there were just a few days ago that there was some rumors that they were going to be back between the end of September and the end of the year. And there's still no word yet, though, again, on what led to their release. Akam, though, had first signed with the WWE in October of 2014, and then Rezar was signed in the fall of 2015, and in February of 2016, they had formed a tag team, the Authors of Pain. They had made their debuts, I think after the match at TakeOver the End between the Revival and American Alpha, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was after that match they made their debut, and they attacked American Alpha, which is right before American Alpha got moved up to the main roster. Jeez, I can't even forget they were a tag team. They were that good, but then they just did nothing to the main roster. Anyways, of course they would have the run in NXT. They were the winners of the second annual Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic when they defeated the former team of TM61, the Mighty. Well, the Mighty, their last run before Nick Miller got released, of Nick Miller and Shane Thorne. Now Shane Thorne was somewhere around with Brendan Vink, which Vince was very high on until, who knows, they disappeared after they defeated both Cedric Alexander and Ricochet in the tag team. But anyways, getting way off track. They would then win the NXT tag titles against DIY at Takeover San Antonio. They would go on to hold those titles until they dropped, and then they had great matches again with DIY. Again, my favorite was still that triple threat match they had at Takeover Orlando with AOP, DIY, and the Revival. And even, of course, another match I was super high on was that ladder match they had at Takeover Chicago whenever Ciampa turned on Gargano. What I always loved about the Authors of Pain in NXT, though, is that no matter what size their opponents were, they always made their opponents look amazing. And in return, it made them look amazing as well, because it looked like two big men that literally took a lot. And it made their opponents look strong as well, showing that they could hang with guys like them. Wow, Alexa Bliss requested to follow me on Instagram. It's probably a fake account, who knows. Anyways, but sorry, I got distracted by that. So they dropped the tag titles to Sanity at Takeover Brooklyn 3. Yeah, Brooklyn 3. Yeah, because that's when Undisputed Era officially debuted in NXT. They were part of the first ever War Games match against Roderick Strong. Well, with Roderick Strong, they teamed up with him. They took on Sanity and the Undisputed Era. They had another match for the tag titles at Takeover Philadelphia against Undisputed Era, and then also in the at Takeover New Orleans, which was their final match in NXT. They were in a triple threat for the winners of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic and for the NXT Tag Titles. The match where Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne and officially became members of the Undisputed Era. And then they were called up to Raw. And their run on the main roster, I'll be courteous and say it was not the worst. But instantly I was turned off when they brought them up, and on their first night on Raw, they ditched Paul Ellering. They ditched him for no reason at all whatsoever. They just wrote him off TV just like that. What was the point of even bringing him there that night if they weren't even going to do anything with him? But, for a while I remember they weren't even on TV. They weren't even featured on TV. And I think that was because one of them had visa issues. I can't remember which one it was, but that's why they were off TV for so long. But then when they bring them back, how do they bring them back with Drake Maverick as their manager? Drake Maverick, who is just a beloved babyface GM on 205 Live, making that show actually feel relevant. And then they're making him a heel on Raw with the Authors of Pain. It made no sense. It literally made no sense whatsoever. But I'm like, okay, it makes no sense, but it still is what it is. But I'd say they truly, truly hurt the Authors of Pain when they won the Raw tag titles. Their only run with the tag titles on the main roster. They turned it into a comedy storyline. They didn't matter at all. The Authors of Pain did not matter. Because at Survivor Series, they had a match against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Bar. And at the time, they randomly had paired The Bar with The Big Show. And I swear, because you guys realize, immediately, okay, the moment they had the build to the match at Survivor Series, which was on Raw, SmackDown 1000, was when Big Show had joined The Bar. Again, we still never knew why Big Show joined The Bar, just for heck of it. But then the moment after Survivor Series, The Bar kicked out The Big Show. They kicked them out of The Big Show, and what happened in between? The only thing that was accomplished in between was that stupid match at Survivor Series 2018, whenever they had Big Show literally make Drake Maverick wet himself. And then they featured this horrible feud with the Authors of Pain and Chad Gable and Bobby Roode And all they did the whole entire time was make piss jokes. Why? Because their initials are AOP. I'm pretty sure Vince is back there saying, hey, oh, pay, let's make Drake Maverick piss himself. Oh my gosh, the piss joke's gonna be so funny. Drake Maverick gonna be walking around backstage. He can't even say one word without making something a joke about piss. Oh, it's gonna be so funny. You're in trouble. God, oh goodness, it's just. And again, I still cannot get nightmares out of the fact they literally had Drake Maverick walk into the bathroom and just piss on Bobby Roode's robe. Like, wasn't he embarrassed enough about that? Does it make any sense that he actually literally went to the bathroom and pissed on the robe? Like, it made no sense. And it truly just made the Authors of Pain so, uncool. So what happened was they dropped the tag titles to Gable and Rude, and then they were off Raw for a while because that's when Akam had gotten injured. And they were off for about a year, I think. It was about a year. They were brought back. Well, they had some pretty cool vignettes, and then they got brought back, and they teamed up with Seth Rollins. And again, it was going good until Razor got hurt, and then they just get released. So that's their story on the main roster. I don't know what led to their release. I mean, truth be told, I definitely would love to see them bring back Ellering, because these guys are definitely at their best with Ellering. Like, even when they had them cut promos, they didn't have the best microphone skills. I did, though, like the ones they cut with those vignettes when they were getting ready to return last fall. I did like those. So I don't know if WWE just didn't find them durable at all because they kept getting hurt, or if they requested a release or something. I don't know. Again, I think Akam has or Razor, one of them has like a mixed martial arts background. Maybe they'll go like UFC or something like that. New Japan, maybe AEW, who knows? But I just don't know what to say about this release. It came out as a surprise to me. Definitely would have been a great addition to the tag team division whenever they come back. Again, when all you had to do is have these two go out there and just be dominating monsters. Didn't have to cut promos. Just had a good manager, in their corner. Again, like Seth Rollins with them, cool. I mean, Seth Rollins not maybe just a manager, but I'm just saying, Seth Rollins them cool. Eventually they would have capitalized on Rollins and his cult or so you want to call him, taking over, making them tag team champions. Fine by me. You could have done something with them. Instead, you just made these guys, a comedy act with the whole piss joke stuff. I don't know. Again, the run of main roster wasn't super duper horrible, but again, there's injuries and then just bad booking altogether. So typical. So, and again, these are two guys I think definitely Vince should have relished over. Two big men, two dominating monsters, like exactly what Vince is looking for. But instead, he'll make them into comedy acts. It looks like what he's done with Ivar and the Viking Raiders and War Raiders. Ivar now is just a cutie who proclaims romance with turkey legs. Hashtag turkey leg romance. That's right, I said that. Hashtag turkey leg romance. I swear Vince has like a man crush on Ivar or something. Who knows? But So again, was definitely surprised by this. I thought they could have been a great addition to add back to the tag team division once they returned, but again, it could have been just durability, with one always getting hurt. Who knows? Let's see what's next for them. So, we'll check the live chat before I go off the air, but that is my thoughts on the Authors of Pain getting released. We have live chat. We got TM Couponer saying, "How are you? Surprised on this release? Yeah, I'm not too bad." And I am too. Tyler says, "The thing ruined them was AOPP." Goodness, God, I so cringe at that. That was still so horrible. TM Couponer would like to see them go to NWA, MLW, or AEW. Awesome. To me, the big mistake was taking Paul Ellering away from them, for sure. We got News LTE. What's up? He says Fiend or Roman. Or Roman. I'm sorry, Roman. Well, definitely the Fiend. But I definitely get love what they're doing with Roman as a heel so far. Like to see AOP and MLW versus Ross Marshall and Eriches or whatever the name is. I don't really watch any MLW, but if you want to see that, man, awesome. Survivor Series 2018 still sucks. Again, when Raw swept SmackDown. But once again, don't forget, guys, there was that tag team elimination match on the pre-show that didn't count. WWE and their big excuses. My goodness. Please don't forget to hit that like button for sure. But yeah, guys. So definitely caught me off guard. Just didn't expect this. So that's my thoughts on the Authors of Pain getting released. I do wish Akam and Razor well and wherever they go next. So yeah. So guys, what are your thoughts on the WWE releasing the Authors of Pain? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video, subscribe or comment to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBody3. For the rest of the day, I'm going to be working on my Clash of Champions 2020 Britain match card. Tonight, I will be doing a live review of AEW All Out. And of course, my friends Daniel Gaiza and Joe Miller are coming over tonight to watch the show as well. So we may do a review on Dan's channel as well. Should be awesome. So yeah, either way, I will still do a live review on here tonight. And yeah, so guys, so enjoy the rest of your day. I'll hopefully enjoy like my predictions I got for Clash of Champions and the graphics I make, which I'm still coming up with. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys all later on for AEW tonight, and have a good rest of your day. I'll see you all later. Peace out, everybody.